We're your weekend destination for all the information you need to get your day started. This is the Alberta Morning News, sponsored by AgriCity. Here's your host, Kevin Usselman, on 770 CHQR.
Almost 5 minutes after 9, 9:05. It is Saturday, October 23rd. I am very pleased to welcome to the program Frisbee Rob. Good morning, Frisbee Rob. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great, thanks.
Okay, that's your sort of nickname. Your real name is Rob McLeod. But first of all, before we talk about your Guinness Book of World Records attempt tonight at the Stampeders Riders game at McMahon, let's just talk about your love affair of Frisbee. When did it begin, and what records do you already hold?
Sure. Yeah, so technically it's not a Guinness World Record tonight, which we'll get into in a bit. But I started playing Frisbee after high school. I think it was one of those things, just like most people have played Frisbee when they were kids and kind of knew what to do, but not really. And then after high school, when I got into it, I really started to explore. Yeah. Went from ultimate Frisbee, then got into dog disc and disc golf, and I do something called the overall. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like a heptathlon. And, I've just really discovered what is possible and try to show other people it's possible as well. So
you're not going for a record tonight, but you do hold some Guinness World Records already?
I do, yeah. My favorite record for sure is the Guinness World Record for the longest throw to a dog. Uh-huh. That's 134 yards. Tonight is the attempt tonight is going to be the first end zone catch at a live football game.
Okay, so there's a lot of different categories for Frisbee tosses and catches.
Absolutely, yeah. And I work with the World Flying Disc Federations, the global body of Frisbee, and they govern all the records. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of interesting ones, and there's some that I'm definitely going to be going after in the next couple of years. And there's some age-related records. There's an intergalactic record that was took part on the space station. So there's some pretty neat things that have been done.
Okay, now let's talk about your partner, your K9 teammate, Sailor. How long have you and Sailor been working out together?
Pretty much since Davey. So Davey Whippet was the dog that I set the Guinness World Record with. So when he passed away, took a little bit of a break, but then Sailor was sort of up and coming, and I think it's been about 3.5, 4 years now. Wow. And we've traveled quite a bit, obviously not during COVID, but we've been all over the U.S. and, somewhat in Alberta, but no, we've definitely been spending a lot of time. And really during COVID, he was a savior for me, just getting to spend time with him and go for walks and things like that.
Totally understand.
So much is about the bond. It's not just a dog, comes out and I throw to him. We really do have a bond, and he works for me. Yeah. He loves it.
Oh, okay. So what about the weather today? I think the rain will be over, but I'm just wondering, probably hot, dry, sunny weather would be better than kind of overcast, cloudy, wet weather.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've competed in everything, and a little cooler is great for the dogs so they don't get too hot and overheat. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the field dry would be nice. We might have to wrap his feet just so he doesn't hurt himself when he slips on the turf or whatever. Right. I'll be wearing cleats, so even if it's a little wet, it doesn't really matter. Just have to make sure to keep the disc dry. Mm-hmm. A little bit of wind for sure, and McMahon is very tough because it's swirly. We had a practice last week, and I can't even imagine how the kickers do it, let alone trying to throw frisbees. Yeah, it's all over the place. So hopefully it'll be somewhat consistent. We had a practice session a couple of days ago, actually with the Outriders. Mm-hmm. They get to check it out a little bit too. I kind of show up in whatever condition is there. Right. And the way that I kind of have to look at it is whatever it's like when I show up, it's my favorite conditions because that's all I have. I can't change it. So
no. Now. So when you toss it tonight and you're throwing it to Sailor, you're in one end zone. How far do you toss it? Like you want to toss it the entire 110 yards kind of thing?
I do, yeah.
So what trajectory do you have that Frisbee on? That's amazing.
Yeah, and it really depends on the wind, and so it's going to be interesting because I won't be able to practice before. Mm-hmm. So I'll sort of use the first couple throws as, just gauging the wind and figure out where the direction is. Right. What it's like, and probably have to keep it somewhat low. I can't get it up too high. Sure. And then the challenge with the CFL field is the uprights are in the middle of the end zone. Yeah. And so he's so focused on the Frisbee, he would run into them. So I need to make sure that I'm throwing it sort of towards the corner. Right. And so, I basically put it on an edge. The disc will pop up and fly flat and glide, and then he tracks it down and hopefully catches it in the end zone. So he's going to be paying attention. He won't be distracted by what else is going on in the stadium at that time? We'll find out. I've never competed, performed in front of a crowd like this. He's never done that. usually the crowds are 30, 40 people.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have the crowd quiet while he's running after it, and then when he catches it, they're
going to go crazy.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I may have to just run down and grab a hold of him or something, but it'll be a new experience for sure.
Yeah, that'll be exciting. Part of the halftime fun at McMahon as the Stamps host the Riders. Also, there's a charity component to this tonight as well, isn't there?
There is. The Stamps gave me the option to donate to a charity, and so I chose the Bob Free Sports Grant through the Calgary Booster Club.
Right. So
I have a personal link they gave me, and we've been sharing that link around, and it's stampeders.com/FrisbeeRob.
Yay.
And so people save $10 on the tickets, but then they also $5 goes to the Bob Frees, and that supports athletes under 16.
Right.
So there's a lot of athletes who, might need some coaching or might need some training or facilities that may not be able to afford it. And it's kind of at that age where a lot of kids actually quit sports, like 12, 13 years old.
Yeah.
So this might actually keep some kids in sports and then get them to, that high school so they can maybe get some college scholarships or things like that.
Rob, thank you so much. Thanks for calling in this morning. I don't know what you do between now and, showtime kind of thing. I don't know what kind of prep you do or anything like that, but best of luck tonight. And, give me a call back. You've got my number. Just let me know how things go. Or send me a text. Just say, hey, Kevin, we did it or we didn't do it. And, let me know when you're going for your next, Guinness World Record.
I will for sure, man. Thank you so much.
I really appreciate it. Good luck and best of luck to you and Sailor tonight because he's part of the act too. I'm sorry he can't come on the phone and tell us what's going on in his mind as he prepares for this, but still very exciting.
Thank you so much.
All the best. Thanks.
All right, take care.
That's Frisbee Rob McLeod. He's going to try to toss a Frisbee from one end zone to the other end zone tonight at McMahon as the Stampeders take on the Riders. That's part of the halftime entertainment. Good luck. And you know what? I think, I know everybody loves their dogs, but I think dog owners need to remind their dogs that, they're lucky to have them too. It's a two-way street here because who else, follows behind a critter and cleans up their business? It's a special relationship.